Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Warren from B.A.T Journal, and I'm bringing you another classic unboxing video as far as characters go. And if you've been paying attention to my recent videos, we're sticking with the theme of Cobra and also Python Patrol. So this is a figure that, while it is a variant of the one that I used to have, the main character itself is a classic one as far as I'm concerned. I had the classic version, or what I consider the classic to be the classic version. I had it as a kid, got lots of tons of play out of it, and that is one of the amount of accessories that used to come with this character are the reason why I got this some time back and why I'm gonna go ahead and open this up, because I think it's one of the most unique characters that GI Joe came up with, or Hasbro came up with for the line. And without further ado, here we go. This is the B.A.T Python Patrol variant. Now, as you can see, there's lots of accessories on this particular bad boy. He has a backpack, there's some attachments. So the deal with this guy is that it's a robot, or it's an android or of some sort, largely autonomous robot. And it is, you can remove the hands, and they can take some of these attachments that you can see right here, and they all fit in the backpack, and you can just switch them out. There are versions that have the chest plate being removable to show that it's battle damaged or something. We have the chest covering here, right here, which says it's part of the Python Patrol, which is pretty neat because generally the badge for this is on the arms or what have you, whereas for this one, being a droid or a robot, they put it on the chest piece. It has really neat gun for himself, and no particular artwork on the back, which kind of sucks because I think that was a really good opportunity to do a lot of different art for this figure, but I guess they didn't take it. It's fine, it's whatever, not a big deal. But we are gonna go ahead and open this up, and we'll be right back after this jump. Alright guys, we're presenting to you the Battle Android Trooper in all his glory. As you can see, pretty much put up all his accessories onto the figure wherever they would fit. The only exception being one of the hand attachments. Surprisingly, there's only room for two of them on the backpack, whereas I remember that the 3.75-inch figure, it could store all three. So that's a bit surprising because now it's like, there's an additional piece always floating about, which is not that big of a deal per se, but it does kind of like, it's like, eh. But anyways, so it does look pretty good. He can carry two of his attachments, and of course, the chest plate opens up, as we've seen. I'll go ahead and remove it now. Whoops. There we go. And now he's exposed to it, you can do some kind of gameplay with it, that he's damaged or something, or he's lost the chest plate, or any of 100 different things that he could do. And of course, like I said, his hands come off. Okay, so one thing I'm noticing right now is that the articulation is really, really stiff. That is not a good thing to have, in my opinion, but we will make do. So that's one of his attachments. It goes on pretty seamlessly, so that's a good thing. Let's go ahead and open up another one and see how we are gonna do things. Let's do the claw, so you can threaten some Joes with it. There we go. Once again, so articulation is very stiff. I am not a fan of that. This is one of those, like I mentioned, for the Crimson Guard figures I've opened up recently, whether it's a Python Patrol version or the female regular Crimson Guard. These are the ones that you kind of want to have lots of. So whether it's the Crimson Guard, it's the regular Cobra Troopers, it's the Bats, it's the Vipers, it's the Joe Troopers, what have you, the Action Marines, and everything. There is so much that can be done. Overall, like I said, I'm a huge fan of the character, and the stiff, really, really stiff articulation aside, I really like this figure. I think it looks pretty damn neat. The placement of the Python Patrol sigil, it is kind of bothering me. I don't like to have it on the chest right there. especially since there's like this kind of like diamond pattern behind it. If it was maybe a flat black or a flat red, that would be better, or flat maroon, that would be better. But as it is, you know, the color is clashing with the rest of the outfit, and it just looks weird. You know, it's a little overdone. I wish he came with you know, a different helmet to show that, you know, he's part robotic. So imagine something like from Terminator 1, Terminator 2, you know, when the Terminator is damaged and part of his face is exposed. That would have been a really neat additional accessory to put in this kit, but it's fine, you know. I'm sure they'll do it one day if they see the potential. But I quite like this figure. Uh, Really nice placement of the Cobra sigil there. Should have been in a couple more places, like you know, somewhere on this backpack, maybe on the holster, the pistol holster right there. So yeah, you know, there's so many different things you can do. It's very modular, which I love about it. You know, you can have it with double pistols. If you have two of them, you know, you can have the different attachments. You can do so many things. Give them some rifles from the Crimson Guard or whatever, and it's all gonna fit. You know, these are like the disposable troopers for Cobra, and they're just like any amount of arsenal that they can use. So that's all a pretty good thing. Quite a fan of it. I would really like to get a second version for this, or you know, there's also this what's called the Grenadier bats, which are like, you know, what's the name? Destro's version of the bats, which are really neat. I really like those. They look very flashy. Or you know, the other variant, the standard Bat Trooper, which also I would love to get. So anyways, guys, that's the video for this guy. Highly recommended model. I really like this one. Overall, I would probably give this an 8.5 as well. Only docking points for the articulation and for the Python Patrol sigil, which looks really odd. If you look at the Televiper from the Trouble Bubble, the Python Patrol variant, he has it on a shoulder, so it should have been the same case for this one, because this just looks really odd. Like this should just have been, you know, like a Cobra sigil here, and then the Python Patrol sigil on both shoulders. I think that fits much better for this kind of a character. But anyways, guys, that's all I got to say about this one. Please like the video, share the video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, all the usual yada yada, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers. Bye.